out because the TV is not hooked up to anything. And if I ever want to watch TV, I can only stream. I can't watch local channels, so I may have to find that adapter in my desk drawer and pull that back out. But, you know, I know this is a two-way street, so I can always connect more often to you guys, but you're always welcome to connect up to me as well. 44-114. So, figured I'd shoot that out. Anybody on here is welcome to connect up and say hi at 44-114 on Allstar, K0KDW-R on Echolink. I'll step all over everything in the hallway here. Not really, I just kicked the pack of water. But anyhow, I'll go back on the side. I plan to stick around for trivia. Take some Excedrin as well. But we'll be standing by. Hopefully the handheld doesn't die. I'm getting the 15% battery chirp on the Motorola. So I should be good for the rest of the net. If not, I'll just use the mobile, which is what I was talking when I started. We'll be standing by, and maybe you can get a few more earlier guys on the list there. It says KA0KDW.
Brad, turn off your monitors, please. KD8SLG.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm playing around with this as we're talking, and it only kind of works, but oh well. All right, Brad. Well, it's good to hear you. Yeah, your node number is easy to remember, but yeah, you'll have to shoot me a text next time you're running your net. I need to stop by more often. I know you've texted me before and I've neglected, so shoot me a text and I will stop by. But I'm going to finish getting ready for the net here, and I got you on the list and looking forward to hearing you during the net. So there you go. KA0KDW W8HRF. I'll catch you in a little bit here, Brad.
And hi, Nick. KA0KDW. Yeah, I walked past my mobile when I was transmitting is what that was. So, yeah. I actually just turned the mobile off because I don't need it unless the handheld dies, which may happen. You never know. Good to hear you too, Nick. KA0KDW. We'll be standing by.
Hi, Brad. I'm sensitive today. Oh, K0KDW KD8SLG.
Now here's how dumb I am. I turned the radio off when I got done talking with Josh, and the wireless mic was down so low for my handheld that I didn't hear what you said. I forgot to turn it up. Anyhow, I'll get used to the radio again eventually. Other than running nets, I've not been on the radio much in the last month. Just that, and I haven't even been doing my truck games either. I just kind of tired of everything, to be honest. I don't have enough hobbies to keep me occupied to where I don't get tired of things, and that's when I disappear for a while. That's what happens. I just get tired. So that's how it goes.
There you go. 8 Delta.
Dave. K0KDW KD8SLG. I don't even remember what I said, Brad. It was unimportant. Let's see what Dave's doing tonight. NTAD KD8SLG. What up, Dave?
I was just trying to squeeze into the early check-ins for the beacon nets tonight. I don't get here very often. And just had a long day. So did Renee. So we're just kind of hanging out, drinking some adult beverages and just kind of chilling out. So I just want to jump in and say hi. If you guys get me on the list, we're going to try to stick around for a little bit. Just got a whole lot done today. Chores, work, and other stuff. So W8HRF, I think you're running it tonight or something like that. Josh and Lucy show. I think I didn't remember if I caught that right or not, but things always for NTAT.
Yeah, Josh has you on the list. He's doing the... I'm just doing the gym thing and hanging out and warming up the repeater and stuff. I see Jairus joined the party, AI5Q, that's cool. And K6KJV, Rev Cav is out there, Josh, if you're listening and taking notes. There was somebody else there that was in earlier and jumped out. I wanted to... Oh, Yuri, W4YSW. Get him in there as well. Anyway, Dave, you're on the list. And hello. Adult beverages, huh? Mylanta, Pepto-Bismol.
Little spiked Metamucil.
That sounds horrible. All right, I'm out of the way. We've got a couple minutes before the girl gets here. I don't know if anybody was on the air. Yesterday afternoon at 3:30, Newsline kicked off. It just started on its own. And Jason's out of town. He's at a conference or something. I texted him and said, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "It's still going to play tonight." And we changed servers or server addresses or URLs or something for the node. And yeah, it was still on GMT time instead of our Eastern time. So it jumped off a little early. But he dialed in and fixed it all remotely. It's a glorious thing. NT8DKD to SLG. Hi, Rev Kev.
Remote login is a beautiful thing. I was not around for that, but that sounds funny. Got you on the list, Dave. And hold on for a second. I'm going to try something. Oh well, that's good enough for the net. I got an adapter that should do it. Hopefully I sound all right. NTAD W8HRF. All right, looks like we have about 10 seconds till the girl, and then we'll get the BeaconNet pre-show underway. Everybody please stand by.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. The BeaconNet is sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and appeal tone of 114 Mark 8. We light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Tulsa time. This is the pre-show. I'm here to take early check-ins and in and outs. I line them up, and at the top of the hour, Lucy will knock them down. This is a controlled net, and we ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator tonight is Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF. My personal is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. option of doing a Mickey Mouse roll call, but right now the only net control team tonight is myself and Lucy, so she's going to put on her headset, and we're going to test everything out to make sure that it sounds all right. So, KYUK, you ready for the big show tonight, Lucy? W8HRF.
W8HRF, KE8YUK. I am ready for big show, mostly. I forgot about the week's challenges for my miniature club, and one of the challenges is a crossword puzzle online. And I was like, I am young and familiar with the internet, and this here is a janky website. And I think I am losing score points if I don't solve puzzle fast. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if I will actually accomplish this challenge or not. So we'll see how that looks and if I can get it done in time for the big show. Otherwise, looking forward to it. KE8YK to W8HRF.
All right, sounds good, Lucy. Well, good luck with that. And, boy, I sure wish there was something I could do to make the 991A not sound so muffled. I'll have to play with that at some point. All right. That's basically Mickey Mouse roll call. I have 16 people on the list so far that I've gotten off of the blue screen and from the pre-show. But before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody that this is a linked system, so please key for a couple of seconds before you start talking and then hang on for a second or two after. We want to hear everything that you've got to say. So far on the list, we have AB8MO Andy, KD8SLG Just Nick, KA8YJ Bob, W3ETB Eddie, KA0KDW Brad, WB4AIZ Chuck, K5CFY Mr. Ray, KI5TAQ NT8D Dave, K6KJV Rev Kev, Whiskey 4 Yankee Sierra Whiskey Yuri, AI5Q Jarris, and KD8EPC Dustin. So, if you have not heard your name on the list and would like to get onto the pre-show, come with your call sign phonetically, along with alphabetically with your name and location. Please call now.
November 0 Tango Alpha Papa and 0 TAP Dave Coffeyville.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Kilo Papa. Brian in Shelby, Ohio.
Whiskey 2 Alpha Delta 8 Papa Quebec
John W2 JLS
88 PQ.
Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Kilo Oscar KE8 QKO Nick and Akron.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Foxtrot Oscar KC8YFO Andy in Medina.
Kilo Fox 8 Hotel Charlie Papa True Medina.
All right, let me pick it up there. What a nice orderly list. All right, we picked up Dave, N0TAP. We picked up Brian, KC8YKP, Ken, KA8PQ, KD8, not KD8, 88PQ, John W2JLS, Nick, K8QKO, Andy, KC8YFO, and Drew, KF8HCP. Nice to hear you guys. Anybody else who'd like to get on the list, please call now.
Kilo India 5 Oscar Zulu Zulu KI5 OZZ The Oz Pegs, Oklahoma.
good one to get, and we picked up Miss Nancy, KF50ZZ. All right, let's go ahead and jump up to the top of this list. I don't see any mobiles, so let's start with Andy. Hey, Andy, what's going on? AB8MO. There's a question I had for you. You're still at the hotel, right? You said that you've got better internet or something, and you've got a laptop, or you've got a way to get into the net and through NetLogger. That's cool. That's good to hear. AB8MO, W8HRF.
Well, some of it's accurate, some of it isn't. This is AB8MO. Probably got a little bit of crackle that Lucy had. It wasn't bad, but we got crackle on the repeater tonight on 0 and 5. So it just comes and goes. Nobody has been able to figure out why. You know, it'd be good for long stretches, and then one day there's crackle. Tonight there's crackle on it. So I am better now at Airbnb. So I have real internet now, not the hotel login, who knows internet, unreliable. The only laptop that I have is a really, really old one because my one that works better, my newer one, got destroyed and, well, it didn't burn, but it got toasted with the electrical surge from the street. So it's dead. So I need to call the insurance and see about getting a replacement for that. But yeah, I got NetLogger downloaded. It seems to be working. But my Allstar Node is still dead. So would like to get that up and working at some point. Forgot what else I was going to say, so I guess it wasn't that important. And there isn't much you can do about the muffliness of the 991A on FM, other than flipping the switch to 2 on the back of the mic, which you probably already did. But there's not much that can be done about that. It just sounds muffled. Wish I had better news for you. Back to you, Josh. W8HRF from AB8MO.
AB8MO, W8HRF. All right, Andy. Well, hopefully your laptop is newer than the ones that we have sitting here that we sometimes use when we need to. They are Dell Latitude E6430s, and they were released 4 years after the financial crisis. So I guess 2012 wasn't too long ago. 14 years. I don't know. For a laptop, I don't know. They're holding up okay. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I figured about the 991A. I know we've kind of talked about it in the past, and I've heard what others sound like, but it's fine. It works. And I am running from the 705 tonight, so I should sound a little different just because of my headphone box is not quite working. So I gave Lucy the working headphones. So there you go. All right, Andy, we got you sticking around tonight. Going to clear with AB8MO. And glad that you got internet at the Airbnb. That is a good thing. And let's talk to Nick, KD8SLG. What's going on, Nick? You sticking around tonight?
W8HRF, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Josh. With all the beacon netizens, yeah, I'm sticking around. For sure. So when you get into the 991A menu, it's fabulous. There is a parametric whatever adjustments for the microphone, and you can spend hours in there making it sound absolutely fabulous. And then what you find out is it has absolutely no impact on 2 meters or 440. So there's that. I'm sticking around tonight, man. Looking forward to it. KD8SLG, back to net control.
KD8SLG, W8HRF. That, Nick, or you have a very nice friend who will send you his predefined settings so that you don't have to spend hours, and then you discover that it's not effective on 2 meters anyways. So there you go. Shout out to Andy. There you go. All right, Nick. I'm sorry. You're sticking around tonight, right?
I am.
All right, thanks. I'm listening for everything except for the main question I should be asking, so there you go. Nick is sticking around. Going to clear with KD8SLG for for now. Let's talk to Bob, KA8LYJ. How are you, Bob? You sticking around tonight?
W8HRF, this is KA8J. Good evening, Josh. Good evening, Beaconians. I shall linger. KA8LYJ.
KA8LYJ, W8HRF. All right, we got you down as lingering, Bob. It's good to hear you. Tell Ida we say hello. Gonna clear with Bob for now. Let's talk to Eddie, W3ETB. How are you, Eddie? What do you got going on? And are you sticking around tonight?
Hi there, Josh. Yeah, I'll be sticking around. I think Lucy said that you were getting into FT8. I believe you had said that before, that you were probably doing some FT8. But I could be mistaken because sometimes I think I hear something and I didn't really hear it at all. So maybe it's the voices in my head. Anyway, I'll be here. W3TV, back tonight.
W3ETB, W8HRF. Yes, I have been a little bit getting into FT8. So I think Field Day started pushing me that direction because I had to get some stuff set up for it. I had to set up my laptop for it. And then I discovered Grade Tracker, and I was like, oh, I can actually watch the map fill in as I make these contacts. That's kind of cool. So that got me a little more into it, and then also I discovered the FT8CN app on my phone, and it can connect wirelessly to the 705, and so when I went on a business trip, I tried to do some POTA that way. So it's been interesting to play around with it. So, all right, we got you sticking around tonight, Eddie, W3ETB, W8HRF. Let's see if Nick at night is still around. He said to mark him in and out, but I want to see if we can catch him before he heads off. K8QKO, you out there, Nick? W8HRF. All right, it looks like we missed Nick. That's a bummer. Let me try one more time. I see him in the blue screen. K8QKO. You out there, Nick? You have any comments for the net before you head off? W8HRF. All right, nothing heard from Nick, so we'll say 7-3 to him for now. Let's see if Scott is sticking around. KY4NB, how are you, Scott? You sticking around tonight?
W8HRF, KY4NB. Well, I'm Josh and Lucy and Nick and everybody, and yep, I'll be sticking around like that barbecue sauce on those ribs. Hi. It's been hot here today, but it's going to be that way. So I was hoping for some cooler weather, but looks like it's going to go well into September on this heat. But that's the South for you. So anyway, we're good here. Just watching old Jimmy Stewart movies on TV, Vertigo's on. So it must be, there must be highlighting him. And every day it's a different actor or actress. So anyway, so that's it. That's what's happening here, and I'll be sticking around for the trivia. KY4NB. Back over to you, Josh, and the net.
KY4NB, W8HRF. All right, Scott, we got you sticking around, and that reminds me, Lucy and I guess it was more me, because I was over here working at the desk. What was I doing? Oh, I was making coax jumpers, and I put on a Western with Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart?
Right? Yeah, it was Jimmy Stewart. No, it was Jimmy Stewart. So we watched Magnificent Seven the other day as well, but a man from, and I can't remember the name of the town, but some of you guys will remember what the name of the movie is. But anyways, good actor, and I'm excited for the story of his life movie is coming coming out, I think, in November. That looks like it'll be really good, and the actor really nailed his accent, so that's really cool. All right, we got to stick around, Scott. Let's talk to Brad, KA0KDW. You stick around tonight, Brad? I know you said you were, but I'm gonna ask you anyways.
Yes, sir. I'll be sticking around. And good to hear N0TAP. Long time no hear from Dave over there at Coffeyville, Kansas. But I don't run a lot of our large regional nets anymore, so that's probably a big reason for that. But anyhow, I went ahead and sent you that text, Josh, because if I didn't do it now, I would forget to do it altogether. So you should have that sitting in your messages the next 4 Mondays, and next week on Thursday. The next 4 Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week on Thursday at 8:30 Eastern in the evening. And then, of course, every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Brandmeister DMR 3129. I'll be doing all those nets. And the Allstar Node, again, for me is 44114. But yes, I'll be sticking around. Look forward to seeing what kind of trouble we can get into. KA0KDW.
KA0KDW, W8HRF. All right, Brad. Well, thanks for that. I will check my phone for that information later. And we got you sticking around. Going to clear with KA0KDW. Let's see if Chuck is still out there. Normally he is in and out, but I didn't get a chance to even hear him tonight. So let's see if Chuck's still out there. WV4AIZ. Do you have anything for the net tonight, Chuck?
W8WKY.
All right, I don't see Chuck connected anymore, so we'll say 7-3 Chuck. Let's see if Mr. Ray's out there. K5CFY. How are you, Mr. Ray? You sticking around tonight?
W8HRF and the net, K5CFY. Good evening there, Mr. Josh. Wave a hand there at Miss Lucy, and Merry Christmas to Betty there. And I guess I'll say hi to Will. Anyway, sorry I missed you on the Ohio QSO deal. I talked to a guy in Medina, but he was at the Sierra Club. So anyway, I was bummed out. Conditions were pretty bad, but I'm hanging around, and I'll let you go. K5CFY. Back to you, Josh.
K5CFY, W8HRF. Yeah, that's a bummer, Mr. Ray. I didn't notice you in the logs, and I know we didn't get a chance to talk, but I think Nick was trying to text you where we were, but yeah, we were kind of also on and off throughout the day. I think we had 2 times where we stopped for about 45 minutes because of the rain, and we had some thunder roll in, so it was crazy. It was just these pop-up cells that just came out of nowhere. So, but it was a lot of fun. So we'll leave you on the list, and we'll say 7-3 for now. I'm going to clear with K5CFY, and let's talk to Tim, KI5TAQ. What's going on, Tim? You sticking around tonight?
Well, good evening there, Mr. Lucy. I'm sticking around for the quiz question tonight, and we will see how Mrs. Josh is going to be doing. I will send it back to net control. This is KI5TAQ.
Sounds good, Tim. We'll leave you sticking around, and good luck on the trivia tonight. I don't know what Lucy has up her sleeves. She currently doesn't have sleeves right now. Anyways, gonna clear with Tim for now. He's sticking around. Let's talk to Dave and Renee. And TD, how are you, Dave? What's going on? You sticking around tonight? And I'm sitting here with a pile of QSL cards from the Whiskey Lima activation that we did, and one, I'm trying to find it, is a Lighthouse QSL card, so I'll just send you a picture of it. You sticking around tonight, Dave?
Roger there, Josh. Yeah, Renee and I are going to stick around. We both have very long days, and it's time to unwind before we retire to the other side of the house. As long as Lucy is sleeveless, you may be safe. Maybe. So, yeah, we're going to stick around, see what happens, and say hi. Thanks for giving us a call, and I will get back to you when you come back around again. And TAD, back to net control. Thanks, WA.HRF. Appreciate you.
And TAD, WA.HRF. All right, Dave, sounds good. We'll leave you out. We got you guys on the logs sticking around, and I'll shoot you a picture. I finally found the card, so there we go. Let's see, get a clear with NTAD. Talk to Red Kev here. K6KJV, what's going on, Kevin? You sticking around tonight?
Hello, Josh. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California, and you better know it. I'm sticking around tonight. So, Nick, how you doing? And back to you, Mr. Josh from K6KJV, Maranatha.
K6KJV, WA.HRF, Maranatha Kev, we got you sticking around. At least we'll get back to you in a little bit here. Gonna clear with K6KJV. Let's talk to Yuri. Whiskey 4, Yankee Sierra Whiskey. What's going on, Yuri? You sticking around tonight for the net? Alright, he might just be listening tonight. I also am not sure that I see him on the dashboard anymore, so we'll say 7-3 to him. He can recheck if you'd like a little later. Let's talk to Jairus, AI5Q. How are you doing, Jairus? How's the family? You sticking around tonight?
Well, good evening, Josh, and yeah, I'll be sticking around. I just got done installing AllScan on my main node. Now I got Superman and AllScan. I can play around with both. I'm trying to figure out which one would be better for my ham to try and use a screen reader on, and I don't have the screen reader thing, so it's kind of hard to test, but it took me a little bit of doing to get the AllScan installed on the ham VoIP image. It allegedly installed on an ASL3 image real easy, so there is that, but it's one button to add favorites and quick connects and disconnects and stuff, so it's a little bit different interface than Supermom, but it works. And I'll be sticking around. Yeah, I don't know if I said that or not, but family's good. Just went on a big float the river trip this past weekend where I cooked with a couple other guys for everybody, all 80 people. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and had to move the entire kitchen for lunch so they could have a hot lunch in the middle of the river float trip. So it was quite the ordeal, but we got it done and everybody had a good time. AI5Q, back to you.
AI5Q, WHRF, 80 people, man. Excellent. That's like a field day. That's like more than a field day. Glad to hear that you guys are doing well. We get you sticking around, Jairus. I looked up AllScan. I'll have to look at it more after the net. All right, we'll say 7-3 for now to Jairus, who's sticking around. I'm going to try to jump down here. It looks like Kelly's here, but I think he's got to head out, so I want to catch him before he goes. KC0LRM, Kelly, you got anything before you head out? And did you make the boredom breaker net? Did you make the trifecta?
Hey, Josh, thanks for getting in there real quick. Yes, I actually did. I made the barometer, and I was late on the beacon net, but middle of the day, not the beacon net, just the beacon net. But yes, I made the trifecta. Just got stuff I got to do here, so I just will make it quick here. Everybody have a good one, and tell Lucy I'm sorry to miss her hours. So back to you.
problem, Kelly. It still counts. We got you on the pre-show. We got you. Thanks for stopping by, and congrats on getting all three B nets, the boredom, the breaker, and the barometer. So there you go. Gonna clear with Kelly. Let's talk to Dustin. KD80PC, sticking around tonight, Dustin?
W8HRF and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD80PC. Hi, Josh. Hi, Jairus. Hi, everybody. I'm going to stick around. I'll be here for the duration. KD80PC, back to pre-net control.
All right, we got you sticking around for the duration. Appreciate it, Dustin. We'll catch you in a little bit. And let's talk to Dave. N0TAP. What's going on, Dave? You sticking around tonight for the big show?
N0TAP. I probably won't. I'm trying to make rounds on checking in on some other nets. So I wanted to listen in for a little bit, and I'll probably move on. Appreciate all your work there, guys. Doing a good job. N0TAP.
All right, Dave, we got you in and out. Good luck on checking in on your other nets, and appreciate you stopping by. Nice to hear you. Coming through with N0TAP. And let's talk to Brian, KC8YKP. You sticking around tonight, Brian? I hear you have an 8900. I have an 8800, and yeah, sounds pretty good. You sticking around tonight?
KC8YKP. Yes, I'll be sticking around. Or like I say, I'll get some questions wrong per usual, I guess. Yeah, I actually have two of these 8900s. I love them. I'm really sick though. One of them I was moving the other week, and I dropped it, and I busted two of the knobs off. It really makes me sick. It's still working, but I got to get that fixed sometime. But anyhow, yeah, I like them. They're nice radios. That's all I got. Back to you, KC8YKP.
KC8YKP, W8H. That is a bummer. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I hate it's terrible when things like that happen. But glad it's still working. Just got to figure out how to fix the knobs. So there you go. All right, Brian, got you sticking around. Let's talk to Ken. 88PQ, you sticking around tonight, Ken?
This is 88PQ. This is Ken. I'm sticking around until the storms come through. We're supposed to get some new storms tonight, and they're supposed to head around 11 o'clock, but hopefully we'll get the trivia all in there before then. Back to you, Josh. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. We got you sticking around. I did not realize about the storm, so thanks for the heads up. Got you sticking around. W2JLS, John, how's it going? You sticking around tonight?
W8HRF, Josh. I still owe you a bunch of pictures, buddy. I'm not sure if you sent me an email address or something or not. If so, I didn't get it. But I am sticking around relative to your Yaesu 991 and the audio. I didn't realize we had an audio issue on FM. I'm using the Heil Pro 7 with mine at the moment with my boom set like an inch off the corner of my mouth, and I'm operating on the wide, I think 16 hertz setting on the radio. But so do I have a problem on FM? I didn't realize with the 991.
Well, you actually sound great. That Heil 7 sounds awesome. So I'm not going to, yeah, you just sound great. We've got much cheaper headsets over here than the than the Heils, though. It's called a COS, but also the hand mic. Just in general, I think the hand mic does sound a little muffled. But anyways, it's not a big deal. But, all right, John, I got you sticking around. I am running so far behind today. I apologize, everybody. I guess I'm chatty. But let's talk to Andy, KC8YFO, and Drew, KF8HCP. You guys can just hand the mic back and forth. And are you guys sticking around for the big show tonight?
perfect time for a Node ID. All right. Yes, we will. We'll stick around, and it won't take up too much time. So 73s, and we'll catch you in a couple minutes. So this is KC8YFO, Andy, and
KFAHCP, Drew.
All right, back to you, Josh.
All right, awesome. Good to hear you guys. We got you sticking around. Going to clear with you guys for now, and let's talk to Miss Nancy, KI50ZZ. How are you, Miss Nancy? Sticking around tonight?
W8HRF and the rest of the pre-netizens, good evening from KI50ZZ. Yes, I'll be sticking around. Right back at you, Josh. KI50ZZ.
All right, thank you, man. We got you sticking around. So nice to hear you back on the radio lately. I feel like there was a period of time there I didn't hear you very much. So nice to hear you again. Got to clear with KI50ZZ. Let's talk to Mark, K3NBC. You sticking around tonight, Mark?
W8HRF, this is K3NBC. Yep, going to try to stay awake and stick around. Back to net control, K3NBC.
All right, fine business, Mark. Appreciate it. We got you on the list. And let's talk to Mark. KC8FQV. What's going on, Mark? You sticking around tonight?
Yep, I took a quick cat nap, and we're coming through RF, Newberry. So KSFQ, yeah, well, stick around. KSFQV. Yeah, I've been all night a little crackle and repeater because they were talking about it earlier tonight when we did QCWA. It was just a few crackles here and there. So we'll stick around, KSFQV.
KCFQV, W8HRF. All right, Mark, we got you sticking around. And, yeah, a little crackle, but we can hear you on the 015. All right, that is the bottom of the list, and I am 2 or 3 minutes over my time. Dang it. Appreciate everybody checking in on my pre-show. And now it is time for Lucy, K8YUK, to light up the nighttime airwaves. Take it away, Lucy. Thanks for everybody who checked into the pre-show. K8YUK, W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8YUK. I'm going to struggle a little bit with this foot pedal because I got something blocking my big fat foot, and I got to pull it. Okay, I think I got it. Sorry, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. I'm Lucy, call sign KE8YUK, Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo, and I'll be your net controller this evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WKY repeater, 147.390, with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. You can also find us with the Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside, and various other repeaters, so please key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. You'll hear a beep, but wait just a second or two after the beep to give us your traffic. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. That's the way we like it. If there is any emergency or priority traffic that arises, please get our attention with break, and we will do our best to assist. We've got a good list of stations for our pre-show, but if you missed the pre-show check-in and would like to check in now to the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically, as well as provide your name and location. Please call now. Josh cleaned up tonight. Thank you very much, Josh. I've got main trivia, so let's kick off with that. Joseph Marie Jacquard invented the first programmable what in 1834? Was B, lathe, A, B, organ, C, loom, or D, rubber chicken? Again, Joseph Marie Jacquard invented the first programmable what in 1834? Was it A, lathe, B, an organ, C, a loom, or D, a rubber chicken? I'll post the blue screen and I'll punt it over to W8HRF for tonight's alt trivia.
alternate trivia question is, which of the following facts about Dolly Parton is not true? Your options are alpha. A Sesame Street character named Polly Darton was named after her. Bravo. The world's first mammal cloned from an adult cell, Dolly the sheep, was named after her. Charlie, she once lost a Dolly Parton look-alike contest. Or Delta, she legally changed her name to Dolly Parton when she became famous. Let me let this drop and reread it. Which of the following facts about Dolly Parton is not true? Your options are alpha. A Sesame Street character named Polly Darton was named after her. Bravo. The world's first mammal cloned from an adult cell, Dolly the sheep, was named after her. Charlie, she only lost a... oh my goodness, I read it again. She once lost a Dolly Parton look-alike contest. Or Delta, she legally changed her name to Dolly Parton after she became famous. I'll post this in the blue screen. Good luck, everybody. Back to you, Lucy, W8HRF.
Thank you for that marvelous alt trivia, Josh. We are very sad about the passing of both Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, and they always come in threes, so watch your backs. That's trivia. So let's run this net. Let's see what we've got on our list. Up on the top is 88MO. How are you doing tonight, Andy? What are your trivia answers?
W8WKY.
KE8 Yuck from AB8MO. Gotta go run out and shut off the crossband repeat here before I go to sleep here. I don't want the battery to run dead in the car. All right, trivia. Joseph Marie. Oh, the French guy. These French dudes have feminine names, it seems. At least sounds feminine to me. Let's see here. Well, I gotta go with the rubber chicken. Invented the programmable rubber chicken. I like that one. So I go Delta and double D's, as Rev Kev likes to say. We'll do double D's. Good, I scared you.
K8YUK returning. Andy, we've got you down for double D's. And, yeah, I don't know why his middle name is Marie. That might be a French thing. Maybe before they killed all the Catholics, it was more common to have Marie as a male and female middle name. I'm really not sure. That's a rabbit hole I haven't gone down, and I might have to after this show. So thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, all right. Back to you just in case you got cut off. All right, running theory is that his battery just died, which would be very unfortunate, but I'm glad we got his trivia, and we'll clear with Andy, and we'll pick up Katie at SLG. Weird to have bad. I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. How are you doing tonight, Nick?
It is a bad day to stop sniffing glue. KEYUK Katie at SLG. Good evening, Lucy. And all the Beacon netizens. Let's do trivia first, get that out of the way. Loom for your question. Loom. There's something in the way you said it. And let's see, Josh, I'm going to go with Bravo. I think the other ones are true. And Bravo is the only one that I didn't know about. So there, I'm going Charlie and Bravo. Charlie and Bravo. I'm going to miss K4OG. His company changed gears on him real quick and called him back to Kentucky, I guess, and he's going to be missed. Got to get him back on the air from down there. Maybe we link up his repeater down there in Kentucky and get him an Allstar Node and have fun with him. It was a sad day. Dolly and Tim Curry. I see you shiver with Antissa. I bet that was Dustin. What's going on? Let's see. We've got the big family picnic, Sarah family picnic, September 13th. So put it on your calendars. Think of something to bring, something yummy. We'll burn the burgers and dogs and probably some sausages or something, and everybody bring something fun. Had a real good time at the POTA and QSO party over the weekend, man. That was a really good time, Josh. Gotta do that again sometime. Maybe a couple times. K8YUK. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control. Thanks, Lucy.
Recheck.
I heard you this time, Andy. Let me respond to Nick real quick, and I'll kick it back to you. First of all, yes, very unfortunate that two greats, a light and a dark, I would even say, have died. I really liked Tim Curry in his cameo episode for in Psych, American Duos. I probably watched that episode standalone 6 times, maybe more. And that's a lot coming from someone who takes a year to go through a season. Not joking. Good reminder about the picnic. There was a square dance that day, and I knew that we would never go because we have to be at the picnic. It's our job. No, I want to go. The ping in the middle of the wait was amazing. I had something else I was going to say. No, it was up and responding to Nick, and I don't remember what it was. That'll come back around. In the meantime, I'm going to clear with KD8SLG. Liam. That is also something I feel like would happen in Psych. Liam. Anyway, or my brother would say that. Anyway, I'm going to clear with Nick, and I'm going to pick up Andy again. So clearing with KD8SLG and picking up AB8MO. Go ahead, Andy.
Okay. I found out apparently the auto power off on the mobile radio works. Is active still with crossband repeat turned on, so that's what happened. It shut off right in the middle of my transmission. I was like, oh crap, my car battery died. Nope, it's working. The radio just shut off. And I know it was, I have it set for 2 hours, so that's what happened. So, not sure if you got my answers as Delta and Delta. We'll see what happens. We'll see if she legally changed her name or not. But, that's all I got. 7:30. Thanks for getting me in there, Lucy. Hopefully you got this entire transmission this time. I'm going to go back in the house and get ready for bed. Good night, all. From Mentor, Ohio, this is AB8MO.
AB8MO, K8YUK. Glad that you came back to let us know what was going on. I have had the radio start beeping at me mid-drive, and it's rare enough that I have long drives with that radio that I forget it does that. The first couple times it happened, I was like, everything is on fire, and the radio is melting, and we're all going to die. But I figured it out, and it was okay. Have a great rest of your night, Andy. Good to hear from you. KD8SLG, we already talked to. We're going to pick up Bob, K8LYJ. You usually abide. Do you ever a Bob?
K8YUK, K88LYJ. I guess I'll a Bob for you tonight, just for you. Man, what a double kick to the crotch this last couple of days. Dolly yesterday, Tim Curry today. That is awful. I gotta wonder if KD8SLG remembers 1995. Tim Curry was the villain in a short-lived one-season science fiction show on Fox called Earth 2. You'll have to let me know on the blue screen if he remembers that. Curry had a really cool role as a slimy villain in that one.
working stuff behind the scenes. But the problem was the show ended on a cliffhanger and never got to resolve what he was setting up. Anyway, for trivia, I will go with alternating current. I'll give it back to you, Lucy. KA8LYJ.
I forgot your call sign. K8LYJ, KE8YUK. We've got you down for Alpha and Charlie. I don't remember that science fiction, but I don't remember that show. But I do know that Tim Curry was the villain in Fern Gully. So I'm gabbing. Josh is going to tease me about it. But the point is, I grew up, one year we lived at my grandparents' house. I was in my aunt's old room. My aunt had a poster of Fern Gully, and I thought it looked like the coolest movie ever. I finally watched it in college and went, I waited my whole life for this. But it's fine. You had Tim Curry and you had Robin Williams, and that really is why you watch the movie. So yeah, I'm going to clear with Bob. Thanks for bobbing. I'm not going to let that go. With both Dolly and Tim gone, we need goodness in our life, and to me, it's a bobbing. We're going to clear with Bob. We're going to pick up Eddie, W3ETB. Hope you're still around, Eddie. How are you doing tonight?
W8WKY.
Yeah, hi there, Lucy. Hey, you know what? My grandson, he just had a little baby girl, and her name is Lucy. So my wife and I, we are great grandparents. So that's a little bit of news. And actually, for the trivia questions, I'm going to go with Double Charlie. So for the both trivia questions, yeah, that was pretty interesting. That they named the great granddaughter Lucy, and I just found out just the other day that they named her Lucy, and her middle name is Elizabeth, which of course he didn't really know that my mother's name was Hazel Elizabeth. So, yeah, that's kind of some good news there. Anyway, have you watched the PBS show that they had on called the Marlowe Murder Club? Because when you were mentioning the story you were thinking about or writing, that popped into my mind, that there is, PBS has a show called the Marlowe Murder Club. And also, too, Josh might be interested in using JTX. I'm sorry, not JTX, it's JT Alerts for WSJT. I use it a lot of times just to be able to tell who the person is, where they're coming from, because it shows like the call sign, and it shows like where they're from, Maryland, Arizona, Venezuela, South America, somewhere Brazil, whatever. It shows where they're from. So and there was something else. Oh, Tim Curry. With Dolly, my wife and I were both tremendous fans of Dolly Parton. And like Patsy Cline, likes Patsy. And, Tim Curry played in a movie that everybody has to watch. If you haven't watched Oscar with Tim Curry and Sylvester Stallone, you are really missing out on a very, very funny movie. And my wife always, and I, we joke about Sylvester Stallone's wife, and she's sort of supposed to be like Italian.
Let it drop for about 10 or 15 seconds, everybody, so everyone can reconnect. Katie at SLG.
K8YUK returning as net control for tonight's beacon net. W3ETV. The repeater timed out and stuff. Go ahead and come back with wrapping up what you were saying.
Yeah, Port Boyd did our time out there, Lucy.
I got distracted by the sound cutting out. The movie. What was the name of the movie? That's the movie. Yes. Sorry. Having a conversation over the airwaves and also with Josh throws me off of who I'm talking where. You were telling us about the movie we were supposed to watch.
Oh, yeah. The movie is called Oscar. It's got Tim Curry and it also has Sylvester Stallone. It's a really, really funny movie. Hilarious. We watched it, the wife and I, we watched it maybe at least 3 or 4 times. Every time we watch it, we just laugh all the way through the movie. And, Sylvester Stallone's wife is playing an Italian lady, and she's, at one point there's some stuff going on, and she says, what are the one? It's just so funny. And if you ever watch it, you'll understand what I mean by, what are the one, And it's a very hilarious movie with, Sylvester Stallone and Tim Curry. But also Tim Curry played with Clue, and that's also another very hilarious movie. So if anybody hasn't watched either of those movies, they should watch them. Back to you, Lucy, and good night.
W3ETV K8YUK. Eddie, I have seen Clue. It's excellent. I haven't heard of Oscar, but I definitely want to watch it, especially with Stallone's movie about I Play Rocky coming out at some point in the next couple months, next year. I don't know. But yeah, Clue is legendary. Want to watch Oscar. Congratulations on your great-granddaughter. My middle name is not Elizabeth, and Betty is not short for Elizabeth, but it's still neat that you got a Lucy Elizabeth to me. It also marks yet another human being who has the name Lucy instead of a dog or a cat or a snake or a goat. I'm not joking. I have met all of those. So yeah, makes me excited. Glad that the name is getting a little bit of traction, even though it does weird me out when there are many Lucys running around, and I'm the adult. That's weird. Thank you for the movie recommendations. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for telling us about your great-granddaughter. Unfortunately, I have no idea what your trivia was. Can you come back with that real quick, Eddie?
Yeah, I have that tendency. Anyway, it was Charlie and Charlie. I go with Charlie for viewers and Charlie for Josh's as well. Good night, Lucy. Good night, Josh. Good night, all.
W3UTV, we got you down for Charlie. And Charlie, thanks for coming back and reminding us. It's always hard to know who missed trivia, because if I'm not paying attention, but Josh is, I can rely on my log. But if we are both distracted, or Josh was not distracted, I was distracted, names got complicated. Anyway, point is, got you down for Charlie and I need to quit prattling on. This is KE8YUK with tonight's Beacon Net. Have a great rest of your night, Eddie, and we're going to pick up Scott, KY4NB. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Well, I'm there, Lucy and Josh and everybody on the Beacon Net. KY4NB here, Elvis Barbecue Lad. Well, still watching these Jimmy Stewart movies. We got Rear Window here now. That's a good one. Anyways, watching everybody's life happen in front of him while his stage sealing up. Anyway, Turner Classic Movies, they're pretty good, and not all the commercials, so that's what I can't stand. And anyway, let's see. On the trivia, I'm going to go with CDs, so Charlie and Delta, and lots of CDs out there on Dolly Parton's music for sure, and then we do miss her, and she did a lot of good for the world, though, so we'll remember that as well, and quite a lady. 11 kids or something like that in that one-bedroom house, so crazy on that. But anyway, I guess they didn't know any better back then, right? Let's see, what else is happening? Just less hot here in Memphis, so we're thankful for that. But anyway, it may be about 10 degrees, so we'll take it. And something else I was going to say, and now I just totally forgot. Oh, yeah. Lucy, okay, so Charlie Brown, right? And Lucy pulls the football away from Charlie Brown, and I was traumatized as a small child watching all that. Lucy had quite a presence on the screen, I have to say. I felt bad for Charlie Brown sometimes. But anyway, it was all good. I'm sure they loved each other in reality, perhaps. I don't know. Who knows? KY4NB, back to that.
You know, it is a working theory that Lucy from Peanuts detracted from the name Lucy. It's definitely possible. When I was named Lucy, my mom is a big Peanuts person, and so every time I saw Lucy on screen or read her in the comics, I was like, are you seriously? That's me? That is not why I was named Lucy. That is, though, why my cousin Linus was named Linus, so that's cool. We got you down for Charlie and Delta, and there's something earlier on that you said that I wanted to comment on, and I don't remember what it was. Brad. We'll see if it comes back around. Anyway, guys, you down for Charlie and Delta, and we've got you on the log. Thanks for checking in. We're going to clear, and we're going to pick up Brad. Wow. KA0KDW. How are you doing tonight, Brad? What are your trivia answers?
Good evening, Lucy and everyone else on the net. Sorry about that, but I was going to cough and sneeze. Thankfully, neither one transpired there. I'm going to go with Charlie on the first, and on the second, I'm going to add a letter, because I'm thinking it's none of the above, to be honest. So I'll be interested to maybe dispute that off air. So we'll see. But anyhow, we'll see how things go with that. And I'm only guessing C on the first one because I have zero clue on that. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on, just trying to stay cool. That's the name of the game, as is most of the Midwest and the South. And a buddy of mine that joins me on the Missouri DMR net, you know, he lives out in Clark County on the outskirts of Las Vegas. And they were in the 5:30 this evening. I think he said it was 102 at 5:30 there in Las Vegas. So no thank you to that. That'll do it for me, and good to hear you guys. KEAYUK, KA0KDW.
KA0KDW, KEAYUK. We've got you down for Charlie, and we've got you also down for none of the above. Very interesting choice. We'll see how it shakes out. I have a guess, but it's what? I don't have enough brain cells for this distraction, guys. Blame Josh. Blame Canada or blame Josh. Gracious me. Anyway, Brad, thank you for checking in. Hopefully the weather calms down, and we'll see you later. We're going to clear with Brad, and we're going to pick up Chuck, WB4AIZ. How are you doing tonight, Chuck? What are your trivia answers? Chuck has been marked in and out because miscommunication. So we're going to pick up K5CFY. Hopefully Mr. Ray is out there. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Ray?
Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Kilo, K5 CFY. I am here, Miss Lucy. Good to hear you on the radio. Doing a great job as usual. Wave a hand there at the guy on the keyboard that's always doing a great job. And let's see, I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. So anyway, thanks, Miss Lucy, for being there. You do a great job, and we'll get off here and let you get on down the list there. So 73, y'all. K5 CFY.
K5 CFY, K8YUK. I got distracted. I just saw Josh move some money, and I want to know how much money is that, and where did it come from? Oh, that's really good. Mostly I'm teasing because I am very bad at taking money out of cards, and so it's great surprises later on. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. Betty, I'm sure would say Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you later, Mr. Ray. Have a great rest of your night. We're going to clear with Ray, and we're going to pick up Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. This is Miss Lucy, KE8YUK, with tonight's Beacon Net. How are you tonight, Tim? And I'll wave a hand at Miss Becca, too.
And good evening there, Mrs. Josh. And Becca waves a hand at you, too. And to Mr. Lucy, who's on the keyboard. Shall we say doing research here. I'm going to go with Delta and Delta. Double D's. And, yeah, I know it's kind of a sad thing in the nation, or let alone in the entertainment industry, to hear those two, Tim Curry and, yes, Dolly Parton, passing away. And it's kind of interesting when you look up on IMDb that they both passed away on the same date and at the same age. Someone could say, is that a coincidence, or is this something that just happened? I don't know. But let me say that, well, research is research. I'll let you get on down the list. And this is KI5TAQ.
KI5TAQ, K8YUK. You're doing research. I am, shall we say, concerned. Get you down for a Delta and Delta. We'll clear with Tim. We'll go pick up NT8D. Dave, how are you doing tonight, Dave? How's the weather been? Have you been boating?
Howdy there, Luce, and everybody on the net. Today would have been the most perfect day to boat. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I did not. I tuned 2 pianos, I mowed the lawn, I started arranging a tune for the big band I'm playing in. I renewed my subscription to some software that I have, and so I've been busy all day. Renee was out babysitting all day, so we got home and just had a little bit of light dinner. We have a different opinion on the first question. I'm saying Alpha, and she is saying Charlie, and we both agree for Bravo for the second question. So that's our answers there. Did you have anything? No, she's not going to do third-party traffic tonight, Luce. But anyways, thanks for taking the call. We'll catch you shortly. Nice to be up this late for the Beaconers. NT8D, back to net control.
The Beaconers, the Beaconeers, I like it. Got you down for, I believe, AC and D. No, did I say B? Yeah. AB for Dave, and then CB for Renee. Yeah. Is that right, Dave?
Roger. Alpha Bravo for me, and Charlie Bravo for Renee. NTAT.
All right, I had one of those B for B moments. I was second guessing myself. Cool. Sorry to hear that you didn't go boating. I know the feeling. I had to clean the house, but the kids were literally falling out of the door to get outside. Part of that was my fault. I knocked Will off the steps, but he's fine. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope that stays. I know it won't, but I gotta say it. We'll clear with Dave, and we'll pick up RevCav, K6KJV. How are you doing tonight, RevCav? What are your thoughts this evening?
Well, hello, Miss Lucy, Mr. Josh, the rest of the crew, and the youngins. And if you youngins are still awake, get to bed now. All right. There, I took care of my parental duties there. It's always nice bossing around other people's kids. I'm just joking. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. This is Rev Kev of the Clan Cornwaldo Bean. And speaking of which, I'm going to give out my answers. I know everybody's just chomping at the bit to hear it, but it's going to be, I've been hearing some echoes before. Double D's, Delta and Delta. It don't matter what everybody else picks, because in my mind, Double D's is always right, because you can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo Bean. And I got an answer to a question that was brought up earlier. I did watch Earth 2, and the reason why it was a cliffhanger and Tim Curry never came